Hey! Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Power Rangers Playback.
Yes, welcome. We have an amazing baby brother ranger on the show today.
Yes, we do.
Who I got to know when I was in New Zealand, and Nakia's gotten to know him a little bit recently, but he's just a wonderful human, and we're very excited to have him on the show. Is there anything we need to...
How long did you get to hang out with William in New Zealand?
I was only there for 10 days, and I actually only worked... We did rehearsal together, and then I think we only had like 2 scenes together. But we got to be with them for a whole day, couple of days. We had a really lovely dinner. They hosted a dinner at this beautiful sushi restaurant where we got to hang out and chat with them and everything, which was fun too.
Aww.
Yeah, we were excited.
Well, without any further ado, let me make sure that I have the chats up here. Without further ado, Mr. William Shewfelt!
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for having me on. I'm super excited to do this.
Aw, we're so happy to have you. Thank you for giving your time to us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we usually do this where fans send in questions, and we have this thing called Super Chat. So we're going to give you a little preview of what that looks like, and we expect you to join in. Okay?
Sounds good.
Are you ready? It goes like this.
One thing real quick. So I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but I'm hearing my voice a little bit.
Oh, no. I don't hear it. Maybe you can take your headphones off?
Okay. I think we might be good now. I was hearing it at the beginning, but
okay.
we're set. We're solid.
All right. So
show me how it goes.
Whenever you hear us say Super Chat, you're going to go like this. Super Chat! Raise them up high! Yay!
That's done. Easy. I got it.
Okay. It's become a thing on our channel. Everybody Super Chat dances with us.
Yes.
It was a lot longer originally, but we've shortened it.
Yes, we have.
Over time. Okay.
Nakia showed me a little bit of that yesterday, and I've been practicing in the mirror all morning, so I think we're ready.
He was like, let me practice. I'm trying to pull up the, for some reason, there we go. I was like, where are our chats? All right.
There they are.
Is there anything that you wanted to share real quick, William, that you'd like to tell the crowd? Anything?
Yeah, there's a few things going on. So I would say the 3 main things I'm working on right now that I'd love to share with everyone. First one is our Rise of the Ninja series that I'm doing with NerdBot Studios, and that's going to be coming out on YouTube. Episode 1 is done. That should be out by the end of this month, if not latest December. So I'm playing Brody again in that, and it's really Brody advancing his ninja skills through the help of a few different Ninja Rangers, and you might see some familiar faces in there. And the second project is Solaris Evolution, which is an original series that we're working on where it's superhero themed. It's basically the sun is starting to emit these crazy solar flares. The sun is dying, and it's killing a lot of people and scorching the earth, but it's also endowing some of the people that get hit with certain abilities. And it's up to those people to ultimately save the earth and hopefully stop what's happening with the sun. That's the second thing.
You're the hero.
What's that?
Are you the hero in that? I assume you are.
I'm Solaris. I'm Solaris in it. So that's the second thing, and then the third one is my rapidly growing music career.
Woo!
No, it's gonna get there. Are we doing the? No, that was
raising up your music career.
Thank you. No, so that's something else that I've been working on a lot this year. One of the upsides to what's been happening in 2020 is just being able to focus on that, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. So yeah, I've got a lot of music out, not really a lot, but I've got 5 songs out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I started with a bit of rap, and I've kind of moved into contemporary Latin pop music. So
that's awesome. Lots going on for you. Oh, and then what about Carnivore? Are you still doing the Carnivore program?
I am. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a little less vocal about it because I'm really trying to focus on the acting and music side of things, but I am still doing a carnivore style of dieting. And we also do a 21-day carnivore shred challenge every month where we'll have a small group where we have maybe 20, 25 people join in. We go through this carnivore diet challenge. It's a fat loss challenge, and we also have like little personal development challenges in there, like a 5 a.m. challenge, like a read 10 pages a day challenge, things like that.
Oh, that's
and at the
cool.
end of it, we choose 4 winners, and they win cash prizes. So,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
a little something to stay
awesome.
busy.
That's yeah,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
like that. A carnivore. I am definitely a carnivore, so I'm
She
like
is.
Yes.
She loves her meat. this
meat.
girl.
Meat and I are friends.
Yeah.
very much so.
You don't eat many vegetables.
I
That's
do eat vegetables.
You do, but I'm saying on the
Oh.
carnivore diet. You
I don't
eat-
mind.
It's a lot of meat.
I don't mind.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the questions.
Yes.
All right.
Sweet.
I want to make sure that this is the first one. So as you pull that up. So we'll start with this one
Oh, let me turn down my
as Cat add to broadcast. Dunamis Prime says, wait.
Oh, wait.
Super Cat! Raise him up high!
Good
It
job.
says, hi, William. What was your favorite Victor and Monty moment? Mine was when they tried to postpone a math test with the after effects of eating beans.
Oh. Ooh.
That was actually the first one that came to mind. But I would say the second one that was not only fun to watch, but it was really, really fun to film, was Monty was basically interrogating me, assuming that I had cheated on a test. And just the actor that plays him, Caleb, one of the funniest guys I know. I lived with him the whole 9 months we were there. And he went full, like, lawyer investigation mode. He had a flashlight that he pulled up, and he shone it right in my face, and he started interrogating me. It was just super funny. So I'd say that was my favorite.
Oh, awesome.
I actually have a question before we go on.
Yes.
I would love to hear your audition process, how you got Brody, how you got the character.
A lot of begging and pleading.
Really?
No, the audition process, so I don't know if it's changed from when you did it, but it's a long audition process. And this started in, I think it was like May, and it continued all the way through to like September. May was the first round. I remember the first audition for this. I had just come back from this. It was like a commercial that I had done the night before in LA. I was sunburnt because we were on the beach all day. I drove back to UC San Diego where I was living, and I'm just totally sunburnt. I checked my email. I have this audition for the next morning, and I thought, oh boy, I got to drive back to LA. So I got up, I drove back to LA, I did the audition, I showed up red as a tomato. I was like, man, they're not going to book me for this. But the role itself, like, it sounded perfect. I was like, I would love to do this. So I did that. Luckily, I got the call back.
You were a Red Ranger.
Yeah, I was extremely red. So I got the call back. I came back for the call back. I remember feeling kind of shaky about it, and I thought, man, if they bring me back after this, like, I'd be kind of surprised. Luckily, they brought me back after that, and then the final screen test, like, I put everything I had into that, and I felt really good about it. And yeah, I was filming something this one night in LA when I got the call from Chip, and I was actually driving, and Chip calls, and I'm like, Chip, I'm driving right now, and if I find out that I got this role, like, I'm not going to be good to drive. Can you please call back in like 20 minutes? And so I finally get to where I'm going. He doesn't call back for like 3 hours, and I'm like, crap, I just lost the role.
Oh, no.
Why didn't I just accept it? But luckily he called back later that night. We're in the middle of one of the scenes, and I could have cared less. I was like, guys, stop. I got to take this. So I took it, and it was just an awesome moment.
How many auditions did you have? So you had your initial audition, and then you skipped over to the screen test. So how many did you have in between?
3 total.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's not very many. I had
3
like
rounds,
5.
yeah.
So yeah, that was good. 3 is like typical.
3 was enough.
Yeah, I had 3 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see if the supers, if Dunamis Prime was the first one? I don't want to on the super chat page.
Oh.
All right. Our next question for you, my darling.
Mhm.
Once Kat changes
Well,
over.
go ahead. You can go ahead.
No, because I have to do the super chat dance with you.
Oh.
Super chat.
Raise them up.
See, this is how we get along. It's the sister love.
No, this is fun. I love it.
All right, Kenny, one of our members says, the fan movie you were in Will there be other Rangers involved, or will it be just you and Wild Force White in it? Please tell us more about it.
Yes, please.
So what we're doing is really taking it episode by episode, because we feel that as we put out each episode, the goal is to really grow exposure, to get people to see what we're doing. So our goal is, yes, to bring other Rangers in. We would love to have other Rangers involved. It really just depends on their interest, but that's absolutely our goal. So far, it's just been Jessica, White Wild Force Ranger, and she crushed it. She did an awesome job.
So this is your project.
Yeah, so it's myself and also my buddy Colin Bass, who he ran Crimson Vision Studios, which just kind of merged with Nerdbot Studios, but he's been doing fan films since like 2012, and they've just gotten better and better and better over time. We met last year, and literally in minutes we started brainstorming this idea for this series. It was really natural and spontaneous. And yeah, now we've got episode 1 done in the can, and then we're working on episode 2.
So I have a question. So after you finish on Ninja Steel, how long is it before you can do any other projects? Like, how long did Saban have you kind of locked in?
We were locked in for about, I think it's a 2-year contract, and then after that you are they loosen the leash a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I was in the same position because I was brought over from Australia, so I was completely locked into them.
Oh, really?
Until I got my green card.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember being able to audition for certain things, but it was like, even if I booked it, so I was kind of locked in like you guys. I mean, you could, because of the scheduling, you really couldn't film anything else, because we were there from 5 a.m. to like 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So unless it was on hiatus time, and you guys filmed in New Zealand, so
yes,
yeah, I don't know.
So that's fully locked in. You can't fly back.
Yeah, you can't. Well, let me go shoot tomorrow and come back. Then that's a lot.
And did you guys all live together in a house like the Megaforce cast, or did you live separate?
No. We learned from their mistakes. So we heard that doing like the MTV Big House of Rangers didn't, because you work all day together, and whatever squabbles you have on the set, you don't want to take those back home. You kind of want some personal space.
Yes.
So I lived with Nico and Caleb. Nico was our Yellow Ranger, who loved that guy. He's awesome. And then Caleb was our Monty character, who was one of the comedic duo, and love him as well. Super, super cool guy. Still great friends with them to this day. And I know Christy had her own place. I know Peter had his own place. Jordy's from New Zealand, so he had his own place. So, no, we all kind of did our own thing.
That's good.
That was smart of you. Yeah, it's a lot to work together and live together. That's... Yeah. I totally agree. It sounds fun at first, but I don't think it is. No, I wouldn't have been down.
It's like dorm life, in the dorm. So I just want to give some shout outs to some of our members that I see here. Thunder Rainer, Sheldon, what's up? Abel, Tanisha, Emily, Grady. Hey, Grady. Riani. And then we have this wonderful question from one of our channel members, Barry. Super chat! Raise him up high! All right, Barry, you can read it.
I love it.
Barry says, hey, William, what was your favorite episode? Mine was when you and your brother Aiden reconnected, who was really Levi. I tear up every time I see it. Aw, Barry, you sentimental.
Yeah. I'll give a quick story about that, and then I'll tell you my favorite episode. So, filming that one, it was like they made me do 3 things on that day that I never do. So Chip just assumed that I was this multi-talented triple threat. So he's like, okay, what we're going to need you to do is you're going to be playing this guitar song on stage, you're going to be singing, and then, when you realize that he's your brother, you're going to start crying. And I was like, I don't cry, I don't play guitar, and I don't sing. It was crazy. So I pretty much had to pull it all together for that moment. And at the time, like, that I'm both working on music now, but at the time, like, I didn't work on music. I had never sang anything in my life. I didn't sing in the shower because I didn't like how it sounded. Like, I did no music. So I'm like preparing for this, and I'm practicing the chords, and I'm practicing my singing and stuff. It was a lot of pressure, but I learned a trick that worked. So once I got the music down, I realized that my eyes are extremely sensitive to the makeup they would put on. And I realized that if I kept my eyes open for more than 5 seconds, they would water up. Literally. I just didn't have to blink. They would just start watering up. So I cried like 15 takes in a row, and they're like, where's it coming from? Like, how is he? I'm like, guys, it's just, I just am Brody, you know?
Yeah, like the wind.
It was that method class I took, you know? It's just coming out of me. So that was a fun episode to film. And I'll admit, when I watch it back, the way that they brought everything together, I get a little choked up because I'm like, man, this is a good scene. So that's one of my favorite scenes. I would say my favorite episode to film, though, was the Dimensions in Danger episode when they brought back all of you. I thought that was super, super fun because it just brought a totally different energy to the set. It wasn't just our little squad anymore, but we had a lot of previous Rangers. So I thought that was super exciting.
It was really fun watching, I told Nakia this, it was so fun watching you guys because it was so nostalgic for me. It was reminded us of how we were. You guys were so playful with each other and had so much energy. And I was just looking at that going, oh my gosh, I was like that once.
You're still like that, yes.
But yeah, it was really fun for us too. It was very nostalgic. But it was funny, William, they had everything locked up. Because I think they thought we were going to steal things. They had cages and lock, and like double lock was like Fort Knox.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you feel having some of the original Rangers on set with you? Were you nervous? Were you excited? I know that you said that they brought a different energy, but how did it feel knowing that these are some of, JDF was there from the very, very beginning? Like, how did that feel?
Sutherland, I mean, she's so intimidating.
Her, I don't know. But how did that make you feel? Did it feel any different?
My hands would shake anytime I saw Kat, but otherwise, everyone else I was pretty chill about. I literally, my throat would close up. No, Kat, you were literally like the nicest person. I remember feeling so welcome and so much like friendly energy from you, and that was super nice. Like what we all thought as a cast was we didn't know what energy everyone would bring to set.
Right.
And some of the Rangers come off as super nice. Some of them have these like online personas. Like we really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So when we met all of you, it was awesome. You were all extremely kind, extremely friendly, welcoming. I remember when we had that dinner that night, I was sitting next to JDF, and he gave me a bunch of advice about, hey, look, this is like your big opportunity. Make sure that you market yourself. Make sure that you set goals around what you're going to do after this. And like, he didn't have to do that. He could have said like, to heck with you. And there was a scene where at the end he said, all right, where are we headed or something like that. And he directed the look to me, and he's like, yeah, this guy's the Red Ranger. Like, like he's leading the team and something like that. And I remember thinking like, he didn't have to do that. He could have said like, you punk scrub, like get out of here. But he did. And I thought that was really kind. So
youngster.
You know what?
Exactly.
I think that's wonderful. And taking advice from him, because you've seen what he's done with the Power Ranger franchise and just really, really creating it into a business and
he's
the
an
comic
incredible
book world.
business.
And he's really, really great at that.
Yeah, incredible business.
Yeah. So it was just awesome vibes, and I think that we all felt great about it. We played a prank. Peter, myself, and Yoshi played a prank on JDF that I cannot say because it would probably incriminate us.
He's the worst prankster of everyone, so I'm glad you guys got him.
Just was it well received or was it not well received?
It was extremely well received, and he could have easily turned around and punched all three of us. So it was awesome, and that's when we knew like, okay, this guy's cool.
He's cool. You know, at that dinner, I was sitting opposite Nico, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know this. And I'm saying to him, I know I've met you before. Like, where do I know you from? And he gets this cute little smile because he's so adorable. And he goes, did you watch So You Think You Can Dance? And I was like, oh my gosh, you are my favorite. I loved him. He's the most beautiful dancer. And he got all the way through to like the top 3. I think top 3.
It was way up there,
He was right up in the finals.
Wow.
And, so I was a little starstruck with him.
He tore maybe like 10 pairs of pants dancing on set, and the costume department was not a fan of his dancing at all. He couldn't stop dancing, that guy.
Well, him and Christy's a beautiful dancer too. I didn't know
she's great.
She's incredible, and the two of them dance together sometimes. It's pretty amazing to see.
I'm learning some new things here.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to Katie, who is also one of our members. And now we're going over to Ramirez. Super chat. Raise them up high. Hi, Rangers. Great job with the live chats for all three of you. What was the hardest scene to shoot on the show, be it physical-wise or acting challenge?
Oh.
So I kind of shared the acting challenge one. I would say physically, let's see. Honestly, I don't think anything was that difficult physically. Like, they didn't have us doing anything crazy. But I would say one of the physical challenges was really self-imposed. So, you know the schedule. It's like 5:30, 6 a.m. call times, or getting picked up at that time to make a 6:30 a.m. call time. And, you know, most days you're on set till 5, 6 p.m. If you have a table read later that night, he might be there till like 8 p.m. So it's a long day, and this goes about 5 days a week. On the 6th day, you're going to do voiceover work, so it's not quite a day off. Sundays are 1 day off. And for me, like, I was so rigid. Like, I used to put myself on these, I still kind of do this, but I put myself on these really crazy schedules because I feel like that's the only way that I could achieve some of the things that I want to. So I didn't have time on set to go to the gym, right? So I would get up at 3 a.m. to go run down to the gym in Auckland, go work out, come back, shower, like make a protein shake. And Nico and Caleb loved that my blender was on at 4:30 in the morning. They thought that was fantastic.
Yes, I'm sure.
I felt terrible about that. But so that was the only thing I think that was physically difficult. I wasn't managing my energy very well, and I was very hard on myself about that. Yeah. So I would say if I went back, I'd probably just work out a little bit during the lunch break, like do some push-ups and pull-ups. Like, there's no need to kill yourself for no reason.
You guys were I remember seeing a picture of all of you before I came over and going, oh my gosh, they were all so fit, and they all were working out on the set.
Oh, wow.
Like challenging each other. And Christy you've seen her.
Yes,
she's ridiculous. But she would keep up with the boys. She's incredible.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, what would be challenging for you?
Challenging.
Hardest scene to shoot?
Every scene on Power Rangers was so demanding as an actor. Really had to dig and connect.
Yes, especially when
the scene you just played was demanding as an actor.
Time. Yes.
Yeah. So I would say some of our morphs were very complicated. So I would say that was probably challenging at times because we could never get the key in the hole and all of that stuff. Some of during the movie we had to be in very cold water. That wasn't fun. And then I sprained my ankle jumping off a cliff. But that was probably it. Yeah. Do you remember? I think.
I remember freezing in those shorts. We were in the middle of the ocean on the boat, and I remember we would wrap ourselves in that blanket together, and we would be like this, and then they'd say, okay, action. Then we'd go like this and throw the blanket off. So I remember that. Yes. I remember being extremely exhausted during the movie, and we filmed really, really long hours, and our turnaround time obviously was not a union turnaround time. Yeah. So I remember being extremely tired. Extrememely tired.
And she was in college as well. She was finishing her degree and working on the show. So.
Yeah. Really?
And
you kept up with your coursework during the show?
I was a college student. I was in a singing group recording an album, and I was filming the movie. And I'm going to say this to everybody because if I could retract what I said, then I would. But I remember at that time I was so exhausted. Because we were filming in San Pedro, and I remember we stayed in San Pedro, and my recording studio was in the valley, so it was like a 2-hour drive. So I would finish filming, I would drive all the way to the valley, and then I would drive back, and then I also had my studies, and I remember asking the Lord, which I won't do it again. I said, Lord, I just want to rest.
Oh.
Don't ask for that.
Don't ask.
Instead,
you can rest when you're dead.
Ask that God would show you how to how to handle everything that he's given you.
Yeah.
How to juggle it all.
Juggle it, yep.
That would have been my prayer. Because I found, like, right after that, I ended up leaving my singing group because of contractual things. And then loved the ladies. Actually, I saw them for the first time yesterday. Anyway, and then the movie was done. And soon after, we had finished Turbo. So I was done on a television show. I was done in my music industry. And I was like, oh, my God. And college.
Graduated.
So everything that I was asking for, that I was so exhausted about, finished in that year that I was so exhausted. And I was like, oh, what do I do now?
Yeah.
So, I would have asked for the Lord to show me how to handle it all, how to juggle it all. So
that's a really, really good point.
Yeah.
That feels like my life right now. And sometimes, like, when I talk to people about the things that I'm working on, sometimes I feel like, man, I almost want to quit doing this or quit doing that so I could focus on these one or two things. But then I always realize, like, if I have any wasted time during the week, then that's just proof that I'm not managing everything effectively. Like, you can always prioritize and manage things more effectively and manage your energy more effectively. So that's a really good point. Pray for the wisdom to handle it better or to be more effective.
Yes.
Don't pray for rest. I like that.
Yeah. Because he'll give you rest. He will give you rest.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Let me take care of
let me just give you some rest, Nakia. All right.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Yeah.
I always like to know this. So you all had the biggest, like, publicity wave after the movie, and, you know, it's hot off the heels of Mighty Morphin, and you guys do the movie, and, like, you guys are the reason that this became, like, this 90s hit phenomenon. Like, everybody to this day, whenever I meet them, you mentioned Power Rangers, they're like, oh my God, I watched that in the 90s. That's because of the stuff that you both did. So, in that period of time, did you get the chance to meet any personal heroes of yours, let's say either in acting or in the music industry, and who would those be?
Interesting.
I remember we met Tom Loe, and I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah,
remember?
we did a. Do you know who Tom Loe is? He might not know.
No, I don't.
He's young.
All right, you ready? I'm going to give you who Tom Loe is. Funky Cool Medina. Q. Dun, dun. Come on.
Funky
beatbox.
Cool Medina.
You know,
I don't remember.
you know.
I knew he's a rapper, and he
She
also
was
did. Yeah, because I don't remember the whole song, but he was a well-known rapper, and he
Yes.
also did voiceover, and he was known in the 90s.
So he was the voice of Sea Bear, I think it was called. It was like a little bear, like little cute bear. It was on Fox Kids right after Power Rangers, I believe. So we met him. That was really cool. And I remember meeting Deborah Messing. We met her when she was on Ned and Stacy.
Well,
I don't know who that is either.
Oh my gosh, you're so young.
She's on Will and Grace. She plays
she's one of the
Grace
stars
on Will and Grace.
Okay. Got it.
What we did get an opportunity to do was we went to, because we were part of Fox, we would get to go to the Fox big parties. And so you would see all of the stars that are on Fox. All of the television shows, but I remember us not feeling, we were like, it was Kat, myself, and Johnny, and we felt like, okay, we're on a kid show, they're all on prime time. We didn't feel like we could necessarily like meld and gel with everybody. We were there.
We were nervous.
Yeah, we were. So we kind of went off and did our own little photo shoot. We actually have pictures from, we were just...
I remember, this is a very embarrassing story, but I'll share it anyway. It was my first Fox party, and I just moved here from Australia, and Nicole Serwin was our publicist, and I'm in there, and I'm all nervous, and I see Antonio Sabato Jr., and I was like, oh, he like took my breath away.
He doesn't know who that is.
Do you know who that is?
No!
William! Work with
I
me.
don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, anyway, he's an actor, and he's very handsome, and so Nicole's like, do you want to meet him? And I was like, okay. And he came towards me, and I ran away.
Oh my gosh.
I ran away. I was so embarrassed. I don't know what is wrong with me. And he was literally standing there like, okay. Well,
so now you have to look up these people.
Yes.
So these were people that were known in the 90s, but I don't feel like Power Rangers necessarily catapulted our careers we really had to prove ourselves. And you might be experiencing that as well. So it didn't propel any doors to open or, catapult us to the next level or anything. Actually, it was more like okay, you were on a kids show, you were a superhero. Now come in here and do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sure. yeah. I met celebrities through my own, own doings. It had nothing to do with Power Rangers, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really great question.
So who was the coolest person, or who were you most excited, celebrity-wise, to meet?
Angela Bassett.
You met her?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And you met Mary J. Blige, too.
Oh, I did a commercial with Mary J. Blige. You know who Mary J. Blige is, William?
Of course. Oh! Of course.
Okay.
I actually spent my birthday filming a commercial with Mary J. Blige. And she sang happy birthday to me. It was very, very sweet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think mine was, I met two people that I really admire, and it was Oprah. I got to meet her.
Oh, I didn't
know.
Wow.
She was lovely. You didn't know that?
No.
At the Hotel Bel Air, I met her.
Oh, I didn't
and
know
I
that.
met Nelson Mandela at a private party.
Wow.
Really?
And he was, he had his daughter with him, and he came around to every single person in that room and introduced himself, and he remembered my name.
Wow.
And when he left, I was like, he was so amazing. So that to me was like an honor.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I love Nelson Mandela
Yes.
and Oprah.
Yes.
Okay, we have William, guys, for 20 more minutes. So if you have a super chat, we need to get them in before then. So the last super chat that we're going to read for him, though, is going to be about $3.50. So let's get to the next one.
Let's
okay.
get to it.
Kent Brown, super chat, raise him up high.
Hey, Will. Who was your favorite veteran ranger you got to work with? Are they by any chance a part of this stream?
If that's not a loaded question, I don't know what is. Let's see.
Let me see.
Let me think about that.
It's either cat or cat.
Aww.
There's really only one answer to that question. No, let's see. I honestly, I'll be totally upfront about this. I did not watch the show much when I was growing up. It was huge when I was a kid, because I was born in '95. So all the years that I was growing up, it was pretty big. But I was too busy watching WWF. I was too busy watching Stone Cold hit people in the head with a chair. So that was my childhood. So I wasn't as familiar with, okay, this is like a Ranger legend. This is another Ranger legend. So for me, it was really studying this after the fact. So luckily, I think that helped with my nerves. I just came with a big smile to set, and I got to meet everyone. So that was mainly it.
Yes.
I love that.
Aww.
You're just a sweetie pie, William.
Sweetie pie.
All right. Another one. Dynamis Prime. Super chat. Raise them up high. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What was it like working with Chris Reed?
Oh, that's a cool question. Chris Reed, so that's our Victor actor. He's awesome. He's super, super funny, and then just him as a person, he's this extremely genuine. He's just an extremely genuine, nice guy. He felt like the only adult on our set, and he was the same age as all of us. But he had his wife there, Caitlin, who they had just gotten married. They moved out. He was very mature and kind, and he felt like the only adult on our set.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
I love that.
That's cute.
Yeah.
We had a phone call coming
We
in,
did.
which wasn't supposed to sneak in.
You need to pull it up. Sorry. Okay.
Next one.
Super chat. Raise them up high. King Penal 646. King Penal 646. You know who I'm talking about. I will. So, having watched Power Rangers yourself, what would you like to see them bring back from MMPR and Zeo into the new series?
That's incredibly specific. Let's see.
Yes.
What would I like to see them bring back? What I think makes Power Rangers successful is really that when people see a group of people a group of young people that have that deep friendship and that deep bond, and you actually see that translate on screen, those life lessons, the camaraderie between them, I think that's what makes it successful. If was it Lord Pino?
King Penal.
Oh, my bad. King Penal. If that person was looking for more of this Megazord or that morph or this action sequence, I can't give you that sort of an answer. But I think in the writing and in the actual creation of the series, keeping that heart to it, because that's what connects with people. You can add all of the glitter you want to it to sell the merchandising and to make it blow up, but people really look for the story at the end of the day. And if you can get the story right, then you can add all the glitter you want, and it's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say. I think in MMPR and was it Zio as well, they had that heart to it, and I think that's why the show blew up.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I think they really developed the characters back then. And once they started changing it every season, it became more about the toys and about the just recirculating.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Titi Munier.
One of our channel members. Super chat. Raise them up. Sing.
I tried.
You did great, William. What was it like working with the Sudarso brothers?
Aww.
Oh, they're awesome. Peter is like this super hardworking, driven person.
Yes.
Super funny. He is a nonstop practical joker. We had a lot of like running gags on the set that we would do. One of them was a silent strike, which was basically you'd look somebody in the eyes and you wouldn't tell them it's coming, and you would just whisper to them silent strike, and it would be a flick that would be below the belt, let's say.
Oh.
And that would literally be like a second before action, and then it would be action, and you just kind of, it's morphing time, and try to get through it. So that was one of them. There was a lot of punching each other in the shoulders, stuff like that. So
yeah, you
Peter's
guys were
awesome.
Handsy with each other. I remember that. They were always like.
We did that though too.
We did.
Yeah, like JDF and had no.
He'd get in your face.
Yeah, and he'd go
try and pick your nose and
right in your right.
There was we did that too. That might have been something that Rangers just inherit through the seasons, because we did that same thing.
Then just going.
No, we were very like physically affectionate and also physically painful to each other, especially the guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, working with Peter was awesome. I realized that there was no dare that he wouldn't take. We once dared him to silent strike the biggest extra he could find on the set. And that was this big Maori kid, like a native New Zealand kid. It was just huge. The dude was jacked. And we're like, no way Peter's going to do that. And he just walks over to this guy who he's never met, looks him in the eyes, and he's like, silent strike, hits him. And the guy keels over, and then he's like, and then he walks off, and I was like, oh my God, Peter's fearless.
Really? And the guy didn't say anything?
No, well, they kind of talked about it after, and they laughed about it, and the guy was cool. But Yoshi is basically the same as Peter. Like, he's just as crazy. So working with them was awesome. They're great.
You know, Yoshi challenged Nakia in a dance-off, and he twerked on his hands. He did a twerking move on his hands.
He did.
Yeah.
I was winning until he did that. Yeah. Cat stories that I won.
I believe Nakia won because she used legitimate dance moves. He used his acrobatics. That is not dancing.
Yeah.
I will say that was skills, because he was in a handstand, upside down, twerking, and I had to stop and be like, okay, you won.
I give up.
You got it.
A lot of people would pay good money to see that.
It was probably on film somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. Could they? I don't think they could bring cameras to the VIP dinner. Yeah, they couldn't.
There we go.
Yep. Yes. All right, Kenny Shibata, one of our team members, our platinum members, super chat, raise them up high. Why did Coda and Gemma was in the team up when no one from their team got kidnapped?
Oh.
Maybe why were Coda and Gemma in a team up when no one from their team got kidnapped?
I think I know the answer to this if William is struggling.
Can you see it on my face? Yes, I'm struggling, please.
The dimensions. So she was from RPM, which was in apocalyptic in the future, and Coda was from the past as a caveman. And they came through the portal with Wes, who was the Time Force Ranger, to help the Rangers with the villain guy who I don't remember his name.
William's like, that sounds good.
I'm going with that.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to get it wrong.
Exactly.
So
you didn't want to go bore people with the details.
Yeah, I mean, but that's exactly what I kind of had in mind there.
Much like us, you probably just get like this much of the script, and you don't really look at it.
Well, that's a question. Did you guys get the full script? Would you get the full script before filming? We didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you would. You didn't really know what your arc was going to be through the season, but you would get the full script per episode. So
yeah, we
had that.
We just got our scenes that we were going to shoot that day.
The day of. That's why.
That's tough.
Yeah, so that's why when people ask us questions about the show, and we'd be filming 3 episodes in 10 days. So you'd film all of the command. You guys do that as well? You film
just about, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going on with Harris, Smith, or Abel.
No, we didn't know where we were. We just showed up.
Yeah. I was like, what is my motivation? To get paid. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, to get through the day.
So I would say that.
Yeah.
Just do your job and stop talking.
Yeah, just stop. Yeah. All right. Kenny has another question. Super chat. Raise them up high. Your turn to read, darling.
Okay. Do you think your brother Levi should be Red Ranger, not Gold, not Mick?
So what he's asking is, do I feel that I should be replaced? No.
No. No.
What a question. No, so what we did have at the end of the series was we had 3 Red Rangers at the end of season 1. So it was myself, my dad, who was saved, and then Mick, who was kind of like my sidekick, but also mentor from the spaceship that I was a prisoner on. And he's Kelson Henderson, so he's been on a number of Ranger series over time, and he's a fantastic actor. So we did actually have 3 Red Rangers at one point.
Oh, wow. It was like a Forever Red, a mini Forever Red.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Red Ranger.
Do you remember what Forever Red was?
No, he doesn't.
Of course.
Oh.
That was a...
Okay. Because from your expression, we were like... I don't know if I'm convinced with that one.
I'm not convinced either. Forever Red is my face right now.
All right, Matthias Rodriguez. Super chat. Raise him up high. Hello, my Morphin friends. Could William send a message to our group, Morphin
Postagem?
Morphin Postagem.
Matthias is very...
Supportive.
Yes. Every live we do, he comes in and says hello.
From Brazil, right?
From Brazil.
So can you send a message, a shout out to Morphin Postagem, William?
Right now?
Yes.
Oh. Morphin Postagem?
Yes.
What's up to everybody at Morphin Postagem from Brazil, I believe? Bom dia. Hope everyone is doing very well.
Aww. Yes. All right, Corey Banfield. Super chat. Raise him up high. Oh, his picture. He has us in his little picture.
He does.
Look at that little blondie girl there and me. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, you read that.
Okay, hello. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I just finished doing 3 workouts at the gym. Wow. And I finished doing one of my acting classes. Well, you are busy. Productive.
Busy, Banfield.
Very productive.
Yes.
Good job, Corey.
He just wanted to say...
Don't pray for rest.
No, don't pray for rest, exactly. How many hours a day do you work out?
Me? Let's see. I don't work out many hours a day. I work out about 45 minutes a day. To me, it's a lot more important to be intense and consistent. I'm not trying to be in there for multiple hours, but if I'm in there 6 days a week, 45 minutes a day, and I'm intense with it, then that's about all my body needs.
Good for you.
That's awesome.
I'm seeing some comments from Lucretia, who is also one of our channel members. What's up?
Lucretia.
She's like, you're young. You don't know anybody.
Oh, yeah.
He's our baby brother Ranger.
I know. That's okay. Well, I have to admit, I don't know a lot of the newer seasons because because of the way that we left the show, I was a little bitter and chose not to watch anything after I left. But now, I've gotten over the bitterness.
You didn't sit there with a
but right about Ninja Steel. You started watching right about Ninja Steel, I think.
Word. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I started watching it Forever Red, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
All right.
Michael's wrestling channel.
One of our channel members.
A wrestling channel. There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
One of our channel members.
I'm ready for this one. This one I can answer.
Super Chat. Raise them up high. Okay. Hello, Nakia and Kat. I have to say that I absolutely love your hair and outfit, Kat. Oh, I just did a messy bun. Well, thank you. That was nothing about wrestling. You surprised us.
William was like, I could answer that question. It's
yes. Well, what does William think of my hair and sweater?
Why are you changing your hair?
Well, it was flaying out a little bit.
He just commented.
Thank you. And this says love wins, which I hope that's the case.
That love wins.
Yes. Thanks, Michael.
That's very sweet.
I think that was our last super chat. So I actually have a lot of questions for William.
Okay. Can I just look at a couple here?
No.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to look at some of our members that we might have met. Wait, yes. I thought I saw.
Who?
Yes, there is another one. Nope, that's not it.
No, that was the one I just read.
No, I thought I saw one come in from Allison. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Another super chat.
The one that's supposed to be keeping up with the super chats. How about that?
Let me refresh. She's so mean. She's so mean.
Bam!
Oh, there's two more.
That's Stockton.
Oh. How about that? Her job.
Okay. Super chat. Raise them up high.
Sorry about that, Allie. Allison.
Please.
Hi, William. Nice to have you on here. If you could have been on any other Power Ranger team, which one would it be and why?
I would say the In Space team, because
really?
that is one of the seasons that I checked out and I really like. And I also just like Chris Kamen Lee, because anytime I've met him, he's been awesome.
Cool.
He's been super funny and great to get to know. So I would say that one. I thought he had a really cool character in there.
Andros, yeah.
So did you see the whole season of In Space and the Psycho Rangers?
My audio is breaking up. It must be the Bluetooth.
Come in.
Sorry, come again. You said you had a wrestling question.
William Shewfelt. William.
Let me Google Angela Bassett. Make sure I'm not missing anything else.
That's hilarious. Let me just Google In Space and see. Oh,
In Space.
Who are the characters?
I thought JDF was great on RPM.
That's awesome.
No, have mercy. I really wish that I watched a lot more, but I don't watch too much.
That's okay.
That's okay. We watch.
It's not okay, but thank you.
We've caught up on things that we didn't even know about our own season. Like our fans are like, no, that's not right. Guys.
A lot of the monsters we just created names for them. They're like, no, Nakia and Kat.
They get mad.
Yes. Now they laugh.
I learned so much at conventions.
Yes.
I am taught so much about my own season and about previous seasons at conventions that I just take notes.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? They're amazing. They remember everything.
Oh, yeah.
So,
blessed.
Okay.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Super chat. Raise them up high.
What I meant was not to replace you, but replace Mick as Red Ranger, so your family would all be Red Rangers.
Oh. So you'd still be red.
Good.
You'd still be red.
Good save there, buddy. Good save. No, let's see, to replace Nick so my whole family would be Red Rangers. Why not? Why not? That would be super cool.
Yes.
Like our dad basically, this is so funny how this works. I'll tell a quick story. I'll make it really quick. So we came in as originally, I think, as like white characters. I remember my character's name was like Brody Thompson or something like that. And when we finally started filming, this was in May, that was the character. When we finally started filming after a long summer, suddenly, I get really, really dark during the summer. Suddenly I saw the script said Brody Romero. And I was like, man, this is interesting. So, and our dad was a white New Zealand guy, super cool dude, Mike Edwards. So we would always talk about our mom being like, she's either South American or she had to be something to balance us out.
Yes.
But he was great. That dude was yoked. And he was a Red Ranger, and then we had Nick, who was like my fake brother. So to get back to the point, yes, I'd love if Levi was a Red Ranger as well.
Oh,
nice.
Perfect.
Nice. You had a couple of questions before he
I
leaves.
did. So we were talking a little bit earlier offline about your health journey, and I wanted to see if you could just kind of share a little bit of that with the fans and tell them about, what your journey has been.
Yeah, it's been a long one. So it all started pretty much when I was like 12-ish. I got really into weight training at a young age. Like, I just got hooked on it, and that's when I first started experimenting with different diets, because I was like rail thin. I went into 7th and 8th grade at like 80-something pounds.
Wow.
And got really into lifting weights to really just transform my body. And I came out of 8th grade at 120 pounds. Puberty is awesome.
Wow.
And I had set our school's push-up record and our pull-up record. And that was what kind of like started to shape the way that I viewed physical fitness. In my teenage years, like let's say about 15 to 18, I started going through a bout of severe acne. And it was really just, I didn't realize at the time that my body did not do well at all with dairy and with grains and things like that. But I thought, it was just, I was kind of doomed to experience that. And that's when I really started to research the link between diet and acne, and also diet and chronic disease. And I really went far down that rabbit hole. That led to me doing a whole foods plant-based diet for 3.5 years, all through college, which luckily took care of the skin issue. Wow. So I was able to clear my skin up, and I had very, very severe acne. I think if you've seen the picture I posted on Instagram, like it was every single inch of my face was covered, wow. Which kind of wrecked my self-esteem. It wrecked a lot of my social skills during high school. Like that's the last time that you want to look like that. But I was going through high school with severe acne, so it was tough. But yeah, so I did this whole foods plant-based diet. It took care of that. But towards the end of the diet, my energy was shot. It was tougher for me to put muscle on. I was having a lot of gut issues. So that led to the next stage of my health journey, which was discovering the keto diet, which that almost checked every box off for me. The skin was clear, energy was great, I felt fantastic, but I was holding more body fat than I wanted to. So when I finally discovered the carnivore style of dieting, and I combined that with everything I had learned with keto and stuff like that, that was what nailed it for me. It was easy for me to build muscle. I could stay lean, skin stayed clear, gut was fine. I didn't have any like indigestion issues and bloating and stuff. So yeah, I'd say now I'm really, really happy with where I'm at health-wise, and I don't really worry about that stuff anymore. And I try to share what I've learned through the books that I've wrote, and also the 21-day carnivore shred challenges.
So the carnivore diet obviously is predominantly meat, but what else do you eat with that?
So the idea behind the carnivore diet is to cut out sugars, vegetable oils, and some people have reactions to the plant toxins that are in foods that we generally think to be harmless. But some people can actually have reactions to those, especially if you're immunocompromised or you have autoimmune issues, which I did. Mm-hmm. So the carnivore diet, it's, a lot of people might think it's just hot dogs and burgers and bacon all day, but it's really, you want to pick the highest quality animal foods. So your grass-fed red meats, your wild-caught salmon, your pasture-raised eggs, you really want to get high-quality animal foods and focus your diet around that, and exclude your sugars and processed foods and vegetable oils and refined carbs. So it's a high protein, high nutrient density diet. And then what I always recommend for people is you start with that for a month, and it's kind of like an elimination diet. You cut everything else out, focus on that, and then you can start to re-include foods and see what your body tolerates and doesn't tolerate. Which usually it's good to start with some fruit, some vegetables, see where you're at with that. And then over time, you can see if you want to bring certain carbs back in, that's basically what I've done. Like my diet is still animal based, It's still based around these high protein foods, but I've also brought back in certain fruits and vegetables.
Right. Right. That's awesome.
Oh, you rock,
That's
Mr.
amazing.
William.
I love how committed you are to it. It's really inspiring.
Yeah. I've never been that disciplined with my eating. But, growing up, I could eat anything that I wanted to and could not gain an ounce.
Right.
And then I got into college and I gained my first 15. They call it the freshman 15. Because you could just eat all day in the dorms. And then I lost the weight. And then on Power Rangers, I was just real thin and could eat anything. But it was after I had children that my body just completely changed. But I'm content with where I am right now.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on our show, William.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you both for having me on. This was fun, and y'all have amazing energy, so I enjoyed it.
Thank you. You're such a joy, and I hope that we get to see you in person soon. Hopefully at More for Fun next year.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope so. I hope everything's back to normal and that everyone stays safe.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go study up on some Power Rangers and some '90s celebrities.
Yeah, we're gonna quiz you next time we see you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Quiz me. I'm ready.
We love you.
Y'all are awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Aw.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Oh
Guys,
my gosh.
isn't he lovely? He's such a love.
That was fun.
Get to know.
Oh wait, am I gone?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye. Stay there for a second. We want to still chat to you.
You can still hear.
He's in our back pocket.
He's in the queue.
Oh, he got up. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that was funny.
Yes.
Really got a sense of who he is. I really didn't get a chance to talk to him before. Before we end, I was looking at some of the comments that were coming through. Yeah. I just wanted to read a couple before we go. I thought this was really cute.
You know who wasn't on here? Scott Biglicky.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
We normally always hear from Scott.
Yes. Hake Foreman said, fun fact, had it not been for Nakia asking for suggestions on staying sane during the week-long ballot count, I wouldn't have gotten reinterested in Power Rangers itself. Thank you, Nakia.
Aww.
You are so welcome.
Aw, that's awesome.
It came from the radio at Yellow Ranger. I think he meant breed. Do you know what he's referring to?
What advice can you give for actor and actresses who want to audition for Power Rangers? Well, the casting director is Iris Hampton, and I believe she's still casting it. So, they've just cast the new season, which is Dino Fury, I believe, the new season. So they're committed for 2 years. So they'll probably start auditioning for the next season next year, I would imagine. So, we've always said to people, like, get into classes. Obviously, it's very challenging right now, but I'm sure you can do some virtually. And you could reach out to the casting director and just see when they're going to be casting next season and have an opportunity to audition.
And I would say when you go into the audition, if you get that far, don't try to recreate a character that's already been there. Be yourself, because if you are yourself within the character, that's what makes it unique. Yes. That's what casting directors are looking for. They want to see you in there.
Yes, bring your best, not someone else's best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two more questions.
Yeah.
You pick one and I'll pick one.
Let me see. Okay, let's see. I love Power Rangers. This is from Postmaster General. I love Power Rangers from the first season up until Lost Galaxy. That's when my childhood ended. Glad to see you two ladies as such good friends. My top 5 Rangers of all time.
Oh,
keep doing what you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're having fun.
Yes, we are. We are.
Yes.
We'd like you to share our channel with others as well. Every 1,000 that we do a giveaway. So we're close to 13,000. And we're asking people to share. We're going to do a giveaway to our subscribers.
Yes. So share. Tag your friends. And at 13,000, we'll be doing 2 winners. And we'll be announcing that when we get there. We're only 600 away, so we're very close. But we appreciate all of you for coming on and watching and supporting our channel. And we're having a great time. And we have more coming. So Stay tuned. We have a lot for next month.
Yes. Let's see here. Faith Bascara. How did William and the other players feel? Okay, he's gone, so I can't answer that one. It's like how early this season. Okay, I'm trying to find. You're a constant inspiration, man. Oh, that was for William. Oh, that was very sweet. Ninja Steel cast were awesome in their roles, and same with its MMPR cast. I never forgot the actors and the actresses. Thank you, Nathan. We answered that one. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. We love you, and
stay tuned for next week. We are airing Passing of the Torch Part 1.
I almost said 2. 1.
And then we're going to be adding some commentary after Passing of the Torch Part 2, where you can get a little bit more insight of how we were actually feeling and what transpired with why we left the show. Some of you have inquired about that. And so we're going to give you our perspective. And stay tuned. And thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.